Hey everyone, LioConvoy here. I know I promised this review months ago, but I kept putting it on the back burner. So I've been taking March to try and get backlog product reviews out. Sorry, the bird won't be joining us on this one, much to his protest. He said some nonsense about it being his right due to genetic ancestors or something, but I'm covering this one for a specific reason. Today, we're covering the Planet X PX-06 Vulcun G2. Before we get into the figure itself, though, I'd like to tell you why this is special to me. Cut back to 1993. Generation 2 Transformers just hit the scene. Yeah, it was just a reskinning of the original show, but I still enjoyed it. I didn't even read the comics until I was a teenager, and maybe I'll do a video on that if you guys want in the future, giving my thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments. One of my favorite Transformers is Grimlock. The T-Rex is my favorite dinosaur, and a robot one that breathes fire and wields a giant sword appealed to me as a child, and still as an adult. And while I have memories of owning the Pretender Grimlock in my earliest days, when I was a kid I didn't have the original Grimlock toy. For Christmas, I got G2 Optimus Prime, whom I have to this day, though he's missing some parts and has been customized a bit, something I got into when I became a teenager. The other figure I got, though, was G2 Grimlock, the regular blue one. As a kid, I knew the colors didn't match what was on the screen, but I didn't care. He was awesome, and I played with him like crazy. On screen, you can see the G2 Grimlock that is included in my collection. Sadly, though, this isn't my childhood one. When I became a teenager, as I mentioned earlier, I got interested in modifying and customizing my figures due to way too many hours on Unicron.com. So my childhood one received a poor attempt at show-accurate coloring. And when I tried to strip the paint off of the neck, I left it in paint thinner. And then it, well, got eaten. So rip my childhood Grimlock. I picked this one up instead to fill the spot. So yeah, G2 Grimlock holds a very special place in my heart. Cut to TFCon 2019. I didn't look up the con exclusives for the event, but I heard what one of them was while waiting in line to pick up my pre-order badge. It would be the Planet X Vulcun in G2 colors. So I got up early the next day for the con to begin, got in line, and paid around $130 for this figure. I sat in the hotel room that night with this figure. I was 3 hours away from the naval base where my childhood home sits, where I got my G2 Grimlock 26 years prior. It was a surreal experience. I miss cons. Anyway, that's enough of this old man rambling. Let's get into this figure. The PX-06 Vulcun is made by Planet X, a third-party Transformers company. The toy is based on Grimlock's appearance in the Fall of Cybertron game. Here he is as he comes out of the box. He comes with a sword and shield featured in the game and has a really good range of motion. The dinosaur parts are tucked neatly into the T-Rex's chest panels, and while it doesn't snap in, it still keeps the parts both out of the way and out of view from the front. And this boy is solid. Very tight joints, really clean paint deco. I enjoy him. The robot parts have no observable gaps outside of the little bit of the shoulders. You can see what I'm talking about compared to the original toy in robot mode. This is really nice. Let's go ahead and transform him into his dinosaur mode. And here he is in T-Rex form. And he is awesome. This take is a bit bigger than Hasbro's initial toy and fills in the figure in T-Rex mode as well. As you can see, they are completely different molds. He has a fully formed, articulated tail. The chest is filled out by giving him an actual chest, and is a beautiful representation of what we got in the game. The teeth are also painted and sharp, and the mouth has an opposable tongue as well. The range of movement for him is much greater than you'd expect for a T-Rex 2, and certainly better than Hasbro's, which is basically nothing. Even his little arms have elbow and metacarpal articulation. I love dinosaurs. They're so cool. The only downside is something the original toy had too. Nowhere to put the weapons that doesn't look bad. This is a common problem with most Grimlocks. A pain, sure, but one I can overlook. Would I recommend him? Absolutely. I actually want to eventually get all of the Planet X Dinobots. The downside for this one is I'm pretty sure this color scheme was just a convention exclusive. However, you can get the mold itself in regular colors, metallic colors, some black and purple, and red and green. I have no clue about the colors on the last two. They're all up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store for around $135 each. Save the black one, that's more. I have no clue why. I highly recommend them. I'll have to start with the game-accurate Vulcun for uniformity of the figures, but it'll be worth it. If you want this specific color, you'll have to wait until someone puts one up on eBay. This is a fun toy, and while the price is somewhat high, there's a lot of engineering to it, as it's not just some recast of the original toy, and it's substantially bigger, more robust, and more complex than Hasbro's version. The key thing about third-party Transformers is you want one that's complex enough to engage you, but not so complex that it's a chore and removes all the fun. Because what's the point of having a Transformer if it's not fun? I'm honestly glad I got him. Really good trip down memory lane. Going forward, I'll start reviewing some select third-party Transformers. The next one up is what I believe to be the very first third-party Transformer. You'll have to tune into the review to see it. Special thanks as always to my patrons. If you want to support the channel, feel free to do so by following the link. You're also welcome to join the community Discord server. Merchandise March is almost over, so we'll see you again very soon on the channel. Take care.